Forest Lake's open, everybody's happy. I've had a lot of people asking me about it. I've also been asked, so you guys, I hopefully know the answer. Is the state testing the water like they used to, or does that now fall upon the town too?
So the water testing, the annual
Yes.
water testing,
Yeah,
I'm going to actually defer to somebody from the Forest Lake Association who can say where the status is of that.
okay.
Sure. I can tell you that for the last 7 years, Forest Lake Association has paid for all the water testing throughout the lake. You know, they take samples all over the place. The residents take care of bringing around the New Hampshire, you know, people from Concord. They go in the boats together and they take it all. And the results of that, you know, has been compiled by Adam Finkel, who's part of the Forest Lake Association. He's forwarded the data to you guys. And what it's shown is that Forest Lake is, from E. coli and some of the dangerous things that could be in a lake, that Forest Lake is so pristine that the Department of Environmental Services down in Concord has made the decision that they'll put us on not an every year test, but an every other or third year test, because it's been so clean for so many years. It's like, why do we want to keep coming back up here and testing it? Forest Lake is truly in the top, you know, top percent of the lakes in the lakes region. We did have a little bit of an outbreak a couple of years ago with goose poop. Excuse the expression.
Yeah.
We had goose poop a couple of years ago. But there was another forest lake in the southern part of New Hampshire down in, no, not Jaffrey.
Winchester?
Yeah, there's another forest lake south that has been a continual problem. And I think some of the data that's gone back and forth has been a little bit confused by which forest lake you're talking about. But the forest lake here in Dalton is extraordinarily clean, and the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services has sort of said, we don't really need to look at it as regularly as we do other lakes, because this one is clearly not a problem.
Can I just interject? So Jesse, I'm having some trouble with my hearing, everybody, so please bear with me. Were you asking who's going to pay for the testing?
No, I just wondered who was gonna do it. I've had
No,
people ask.
Forest Lake Association's
Okay.
been doing it for 7 or 10 years. I'm not sure if it's 7 or 10, I'm sorry. I could get back to you with that.
All right.
But they've been doing it, you know, every year.
Right.
And one year, we did have a goose poop explosion that
Yes.
caused a little bit of a problem,
I
but
witnessed.
other than that, like right now, you can drink out of Forest Lake.
Yeah.
There is no problem with drinking out of Forest Lake. There's many residences around Forest Lake that do pull it in for drinking water.
And it was tested again in May of this year?
Yes, I think it was May. I think it was May. And again, it came back unbelievably clean, so, you know, that's the answer to that.
Okay, that answers my question. I can pass
Thank you.
that on when.
As
she
long as I'm
asks.
standing, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Carol. She has pulled together a great group of, you know, the Dalton Fire and Rescue, and in the residents around the Forest Lake. We've had people in voluntarily, at no expense to anybody. They're cleaning toilets every 2 hours. They're weed whacking. This morning I ran into a lady with a weed whacker. I had to avoid her, actually. You know, I was a little concerned. But the goose poop, we do have geese on the lake. There's a family of 5, and we're trying to keep them off the beach, because that's where the problem is. I mean, I don't know where else they poop, but I mean, if they come up on the beach, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But we have volunteers that every day go in and clean all the fireplaces, empty all of that. We do trash pickup. I guarantee anybody, you can walk around Forest Lake State Park today down by the beach, you can't find 10 cigarette butts. You can't. They're all been picked up. And, you know, I just think that Carol's done a great job of putting together a great team of people.
I want to give a shout out to
they're
everybody.
doing
I
it.
haven't seen the emails.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah, no, I know, but you know, it takes, you know, it takes somebody to really take the lead and make it all happen, and it's happening. Litter's being picked up, goose poop's being picked up. I hate that job, but goose poop is being picked up.
I have my dog.
And Wiley Coyote is back in full with 4 legs. You know, for a while there, we lost a couple of his legs. He came off the lake, off the beach, and now we've got him all back. He's all glued together. He's back on the beach, scaring away the geese. So, I'm happy.
So thank you to Forest Lake Association, to the Fire Rescue, to everybody who's volunteering.
Outside volunteers.
Call them.
Yeah, outside and Friends of Forest Lake, there's a bunch of them.
I think it's a huge safety thing too. I know for me, we was going over there, people are gonna use this no matter what.
Right.
And with the gate being closed, there was kids running up and down Forest Lake Road, heading for the beach and et cetera. It was a big safety issue. Now the gate's open, they go in the parking lot, the kids go down to the beach, they come back to the parking lot and they drive out. It's just so much safer situation.
And they are social distancing, it's
Oh,
surprising
yeah,
when you go
oh, yeah,
there,
there was 100 people over
they're
there
taking
on
each other
New
separate.
Year's Day, and
Yeah.
they were all in little pods of families, and
Yeah,
it's probably one of the most positive things I've seen in a while, to be honest with you.
It's
It's
nice to
great.
celebrate a success.
It's
I
great.
think
I'm
it's
just saying,
a-
it's nice to celebrate a success.
thank you, everyone. I mean, that's such a nice little cause. And it'd be nice if the state had the resources to continue to support it, but, yes.
Could I speak for a minute? Jesse, are there people that are expressing concern about the quality of forest?
No, just asking if it was still gonna get tested. Apparently, people heard on the radio that the state didn't have funding to do the lakes this year. And I said, I have no idea, but I can ask.
I'm glad to hear that, because over the course of the last year, there have been people that have questioned the
Right.
water quality in Forest Lake. And,
I think because years ago, there was issues with E. coli.
Yeah, there was years ago, 5 years ago, there was an issue with goose poop.
But there's lots of water quality data for anyone that has any questions about the quality of Forest Lake water. Is Forest Lake Association, which has all that data collected from the state and from Granite State Labs, which is the lab that's well-respected
Yeah,
lab
can you
in
speak
New
up
England.
more? The remote.
I'm sorry.
The remote, listeners
I'm
cannot hear
sorry.
you.
There's water quality data from that Forest Lake Association has paid for. There's water quality data from the state. There's water quality data from Granite State Labs, and all of that can be made available to anybody that has any concerns whatsoever.
I'll pass on
About
that
the
it's safe
water
and been
quality in
tested, and
Forest
if
Lake.
they want more
You
information,
can
I'll
drink out
pass
of
them
Forest
on
Lake
to
today,
you.
you can drink out of Forest Lake.
Thank you.
Okay.